What's up, guys? Shockwave640 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers 2007 movie Voyager class Frozen Megatron. And I personally hate this figure with a strong passion. We'll get to that later. I just felt like I'd review it because this was one of my favorite childhood toys, I think. I don't know, I've had this thing for a very long time. It's about a 10-year-old toy now, I believe. And me and my brothers, whenever we were younger, we enjoyed throwing this thing around the room. And it's survived, surprisingly. Of course, the missile's lost. And I don't remember correctly, but I think this might have been like a Walmart exclusive or something like that. I think the normal one is just a normal Megatron without any of the frozen bits, but I do not remember. All I remember is this thing was like 30-40 bucks, and I remember it being a lot cooler whenever I first had it. And now that I look at it, this thing is a piece of junk, and I hate it. But it played an important role in my childhood, so I'm just going to review it before I get rid of it. So, of course, here we have him in his Cybertronian jet mode, which definitely looks like it did in the movie. It looks just as stupid, except not as streamlined, and you can just see how ugly this thing is. It's literally just his robot mode lying down with its front chest sticking outward. It's as stupid as it looks, but, I mean, it's accurate, so what are you going to do? You've got the very nice looking translucent blue plastic here, light blue plastic that makes the frozen parts. This one rotates for some weird reason. You can clearly see his head sticking out right there, which I don't remember if that was accurate or not. You didn't really see his jet motor that often, and when you did, he was flying around like a crazy person, so. But coming here to the front, you can see the cannon. Nice silver paint on it. I mean, the detail on this thing looks amazing. It's just, it's not a good toy. It sucks, actually. You can clearly see his weird hands just sitting right here, just hugging the gun, which also, again, is accurate to the movie. Except I don't think his fingers were sticking out, though. I do know for a fact you could see his arms sticking out the front of the jet. Coming down here to the back, to the actual wing section, you can see magnificent looking paint. You've got metallic blue on top of all this detail going on down. You got some black right in there. Going on to the ice right here on the wings, which looks really cool. Going down to the back, more of that metallic blue, and then you can see this little handle right here, which I'll get into in a little bit. Moving more onto the wings, and then you can see the back is just his feet. They did kind of sort of mold some thrusters right in there. The feet do kind of move around a lot because they're on ball joints and they don't lock in anywhere. And they also have little wheels right here. You're supposed to have a wheel right here on this section, but the wheel fell off. As far as I can remember, the wheel, I don't even think the wheel was there when I first got it, but it can still kind of sort of roll. He's more sliding than anything, but what are you going to do? He does have a little play feature, or a little action feature, because he didn't come with any actual... excuse me. He didn't come with any actual weapons besides the cannon up here with the missile, which was a translucent missile like the ice, and it looked like ice, but again, I lost the missile a very long time ago. Pretty sure either my cat ate it or my vacuum did, so no idea. But you can flip these little ice blades, and you can flip them. I think they're supposed to be flipped to about here in this position right here, so basically just align it with the rest of the wing. So just flip it up and align it with the rest of the wing, and then you pulled this little handle right here, and it was a little claw weapon. It probably looks a little bit better. There we go. It's like a little claw weapon. It's a lot. I think you're supposed to be using it in robot mode, but I mean, it kind of works. If you could have just like locked it in, I think that this looks a lot better for the jet mode. Me personally, granted the jet mode looks stupid anyways. I mean, just gaps and stuff literally everywhere on this thing, but it's Cybertronian, so they can get away with it really. But just bringing these back, they do lock into place, and I don't have any fear whatsoever of this clear plastic. It's nice and durable, and I don't see any cracking on the plastic whatsoever. Granted, I haven't transformed it in a very long time, but it's all in really good shape. So, I mean, the clear plastic, they've definitely improved on the clear plastic since what Transformers Armada, Transformers Energon. The clear plastic on those things are brittle as heck. But anyways, let's actually get this guy transformed, and we can see how he is in his robot mode. So he has a lot of auto-morphing, which is good and bad. He does suffer a lot for it, but it is kind of cool to see. So basically what you're going to do, excuse me, you're going to unpeg the legs. You can see there's a black post right there. It's going to go into the port right there on both legs. You got to unpeg those. Then you can see the waist will kind of loosen up, but you want to keep it up for now. You're going to, what are you going to do? You're going to come over here to this arm, going to rotate it so that this little knob right here, this little nub sticking out, you're going to rotate it inward on both sides, and then just kind of bring the arms out a little bit. And you're going to unclip this side. You can see it's just a little clip right there, and you can see it just clips in right there. It's going to unseparate that, and then this right here, you're going to fold that down on both sides. It is spring loaded. And then you're going to untab the cannon from his chest. You can see right in here, there's those two tabs, and there's these two slots right there on the cannon, and that will just clip in right there. I hate this thing so much. You're going to rotate his arm, and then you're going to bring it out one click, and just kind of leave it there for now. Do the same on this side, bring it out one click, and rotate it. And you can just kind of do whatever you want with that clip part for now. Okay, this is where the automorph happens. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring the waist down, and we're going to watch the automorph happen. So you can, actually here, let me bring his shoulders down, and then bring them out a little bit so we can actually see the automorph a little bit better. So we've got his shoulders and all that stuff. You can see they are sunken down, and you got this frozen piece right here covering up his chest, but you can see a little bit of detail here. It's painted and such. Bring that down. You can see his shoulders go up, and his chest plate moves down, and it will lock into place. I don't like this thing. Okay, after that little bit of automorph, you just kind of straighten things out, get things how you want them, get his head straight, bring the arms back in, kind of rotate them so his arms are facing forward. You're going to slide that down, and that will fully extend his hand. Come to this side, slide that down, extend his hand. There you go, you got one arm, you got both arms done actually. And just got to straighten out his legs. And now what you're going to do is, if you don't have his feet all wonky like I do, you're just going to open up the feet, stand him down. His feet are spring loaded, so I mean, he wants to fall backwards a lot, but once you get him leaning forward, these ice pieces here on his shins will actually kind of support him, so that way he's standing up. And then you can see there's that little thing right there. It's just going to clip in right to his back. So you just bring that back, bring his legs down, and make sure that everything is all nice and tidy. And here we have Voyager Megatron in his horrifyingly ugly looking robot mode. Granted, in the first movie, Megatron never looked good anyways. I'm gonna bring this clip down. I usually have that clip down like that, and then have him with his arm like so. You can't really make his arms look good. He's so ugly. I think another part of the transformation most people you're supposed to do is bring these wings back like that, or I guess you could bring them forward if you wanted to. But I think you are supposed to bring them back. They are on like ratcheted hinges. It's just got one location, another one, and then it's just a certain location. So I think they're supposed to be like that though. But let's get in here and take a look at the details, and then when we do our size comparisons. So you can see that definitely looks like Megatron's face. Nice metallic blue paint on the head. You can see it's kind of faded and stuff just because of the age. See the black on the face. It does have light piping. It doesn't really work all that well just because, I mean, never mind. It kind of works. It kind of works. The paint work on this guy is amazing. It's just sadly a lot of it that needed to be painted was not. So like his arms are completely barren. Except for the silver there on the cannon. His feet have a lot of paint, except there's a questionable part. Bronze there, no bronze there, or there, or there. So it's on the outside part of his front toe, which is kind of weird. Coming to the back, you can see his back toes. His feet are all entirely spring-loaded, so they'll always bend back, and I hate it. Just kind of coming to the back. Lifting up the backpack, you can see some details and stuff that are all molded in there. Very cool. Now, let's do our size comparisons. And get him standing. So let's stand him right back there. So first up we have the Titans Return Galvatron. So you can see the difference of a Voyager from 2007 and a Voyager from 2016. So you can see the differences here, or 2017. I don't remember the year that this was released. I think it was this year, but I do not know. But you can just see the differences between a Megatron from 2007 and the Galvatron from now. So a lot of differences. Definitely paint differences, that's for sure. And a little bit older of a Voyager. Let's get, god dang it, Galvatron stand. My Galvatron has really loose feet, if you remember from my review of him. Let's bring in Evasion Mode Optimus, because this looks most like Optimus from the first movie. So let's bring in, there he is. You'll see how them two look together. These two don't scale well at all. Megatron needs to be a little bit taller, because if I remember correctly in the movie, he is taller than Optimus. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen the first movie. Probably watch it after I'm done reviewing this. But, so yeah, you can see how they look together. They look nice together, but this Megatron's a piece of crap, so I would never display this on my shelf. Now, let's get the articulation out of the way. His head is on a ball joint. Very nice free movement, actually. He's not really hindered by anything. I mean, you'd think he'd be hindered just because of the shape of his head and his chin, but not really. He's pretty free moving there. This is just about the only free moving part on him. He has ratcheted joints that can, well, they could do a full 360, but the wings do get in the way. These pieces here can move up, and you can bring the arms out on a very, very tight ratchet that goes out about that far. It's about as far out as you're going to get his arm, and they go in and out. So you have a bicep swivel. His elbow joint bends only that much, so it's just straight and then up a little bit. You can move his hand. Well, you can move it down. You can't really move it up. And this finger here is separate from the rest of the fingers, so you're supposed to kind of separate them a little bit once you transform him. So I forgot to do that. That's the only reason they're on a hinge. So you just separate them a little bit, and his hands, I'm gonna be straight up honest, these things look really freaking stupid. I don't even know what the heck I'm looking at. I mean, this thing looks more like a monster with a tongue sticking out to me than anything really. But oh well, that's the best we're gonna get. He does have a waist joint, as you can see right here, very loose waist joint. I'm gonna move this backpack section out of the way. He does have a very loose waist joint. His legs can go about that far forward, not too terribly bad. He can't go that far backward. Also, another thing I want to mention is how awkward the paint is right here. It's just nice paint right here, and then just abruptly cuts off, so that's kind of weird. So that far back, that far forward. They do not go out whatsoever. You could see the ratchet is in there, but just due to the shape of his hips and the side of his legs, they won't even go out one click because they force themselves back in. So that's a bummer. He does have a swivel here above the knee. He does have a very, very tight ratcheted knee joint, which gives a 90-degree bend right there. Very tight. This piece is on a spring, so you can move it up a little bit. You can see there's a lot of hollow inside of there. But you can see some nice details are picked out on his leg, or on the outside of his leg. And then you got the foot, which is on a ball joint, so it can swivel. And then you got the spring-loaded section there, and the spring-loaded toes back here. So, not posable. He's about as posable as a rock. So, I mean, you're not going to get any good poses out of him. You can't really do the pose where he has the cannon in front of his chest, just because due to the way that the automorph works, it just won't. And that's a problem that he has as well. His arms like to pop off, so it's just pegged on. You can see the peg in the hole right there just snaps back on. This arm likes to pop off a lot. It has ever since I first got this toy. I remember it as a child. It was really annoying, but kind of funny at the same time. So yeah, he's not exactly a very good toy, but he's in good condition, and apparently he's not very common because a lot of people don't like this toy, so that's why you're not going to find very many of them. He does have a little play feature where you can lift this up. It's supposed to actually stay up. You can hear the clicking noise. It's supposed to actually stay up. And if anybody knows something about this piece right here, this piece barely moves for some reason. You can see it barely moves, and I don't know why. It looks like this is supposed to, like you're supposed to push it down and it fires a missile or something, but I cannot figure out what it does, which is really weird. Basically what you do is you just bring that up, you bring these little claws out to their forward position, like so, and then you just kind of pull the handle, and you have the grabby claw thing you can use in his robot mode. So it's as stupid as you would think it is. yeah, that's about all the play features that our frozen Megatron here has. Not exactly the most playable figure in the world. I don't exactly know any children or any friends that I had at the time. Any other kids that had this toy. I know a lot of kids had like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee from the movie, and a lot of people had Jazz as well, but none of them ever had Megatron. This toy's a piece of junk. I can tell why. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. There's not really much else I can say about this figure. I've said all that I could that is good about it, and that's pretty much just the paint and the overall look of him. He definitely does look a lot better in robot mode than vehicle mode. His vehicle mode is a sad, depressing pile of crap, but the robot mode, it's not all that bad. Looks-wise. Play-wise, it's a piece of crap, but that's pretty much it. So I'm just slide him off to the side, and we will get our voting out of the way. So, as always, there's an eye right up there at the top, so you can choose who you want to be voted for. And for today's voting, we have the Transformers Titans Return Mind Wipe and Transformers Titans Return Astro Train. I don't even think these two are from the same wave, but I don't even care. I love these two things. And you gotta get Chrome Dome. Chrome Dome is one of the ones I've been looking for, but he's not in stores anymore around here. Chrome Dome Wolfwire, can't find either of them. But, so yeah, if you want to see one of these two reviewed Wednesday, you just click the eye up there at the top, and we've got Titans Return, Astro Train, and Titans Return Mind Wipe, so you can see who you want to be reviewed tomorrow, and I will, well, not tomorrow, Wednesday, and I will review them. Well, guys, thanks a lot for watching. This was the Voyager Transformers 2007 movie Ice Megatron, and I am Shockwave640, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later, my little Logicons. Peace!